Hello and what is up, guys? Vito here, back at it again with another video. Today I'm just overly excited and proud and happy dealing with the team, especially that I had worked with, dealing with this Nike campaign for DTLR Villa. In a span of basically 4 months, we had interviewed 10 people of color and what it's like just waking up every day, just doing what they love, you feel me? Before we even start further in the video in itself, I hope you guys just enjoyed your Christmas, for those of you who actually celebrate Christmas. Also, Happy New Year's to everyone. This year in itself has been very hectic, tragic. Hopefully for the new year, 2021, everything will eventually just go back to normal, you feel me? In this video in itself, I am going to be talking about, just like the whole process. I will be talking about a few people specifically. I won't go through the whole 10, dealing with the whole 10 people that were interviewed, but I will be talking about a few that I did interview. So, and also I wanted to just do this. This was just a last minute thing dealing with me, but I am going to actually upload all 10 interviews on my channel. They're not that long. They're maybe 1 minute at least. 1 minute, yeah, like 1 minute and like 30 seconds at least. No more than probably like 3 minutes. Majority of, I don't even think we actually even hit 3 minutes. I think maybe 2 minutes and like around 40 seconds was the most I have actually ever edited the video to. So, but yeah, the videos in themselves, the interviews, they are not that long. So yeah, back in July, maybe even earlier in the summer, we all, the art director, the boss, the social media coordinator, the photographer, and me, the videographer, we all sat down in one room and we were just talking. And I think it was the art director, if I'm not mistaken, just brought it up to our attention that we were going to be doing a Nike campaign for DTLR Villa, dealing with 10 people of color. And that in itself was just like, I'm already hooked on the whole project in itself. I was just happy that we were just show awareness to people of color, dealing with basically overall what they love to do. So it wasn't just artists, it was athletes, fitness trainers, people like photographers, musicians. We decided to just pick on a name, calling it The Daily Drive, and that speaks heavy. That title very much so speaks for itself. What drives you on the daily, you feel me? What do you wake up every day wanting to do, you feel me? Myself, I wake up every day wanting to do some type of project dealing with my camera, whether it's film, videography, shooting some type of digital photography, photos, whatever it is, that's my drive. So the first person I actually wanted to just bring to attention was Gregory Coachman, which was actually the very first person that we actually interviewed. And his thing was fitness. Do talk about anxiety and depression and how just fitness has changed his life, fitness and boxing. He did talk about him being a boxer and just overall doing his daily routines, dealing with boxing, shadow boxing, and wanting to jog and all that stuff. All that tied into him being a better person, not only for himself, but also for his community. Nonetheless, though, he did do a good job explaining his passion, his drive, what he, want to do, what he does actually on the daily, and it was very inspirational, especially because he's doing what he can for his own health, for his own mental, you feel me? And, dealing with that shoot, we did have to wake up at like around maybe 5-ish and meet somewhere around the art museum around 7 a.m. It was very early and it was dark outside, and we were basically trying to all link up before the sun actually had risen. And that was the shot the beginning shot where you see a drone shot basically of the buildings, and then with the beautiful orange toned colors of the sun actually rising. That was early in the morning of me actually shooting that. So that day in itself was fairly tiring, but the overall result of that video, I'm very excited, very happy to actually just put that in my portfolio. The second person I just wanted to bring to y'all attention was basically a photographer out in New York. Before we even get started on his story, if you guys do not know, I'm actually from Brooklyn, New York. I basically moved to Philly at a very early age from over there. But yeah, back to Black Soap though. This was actually our second time traveling out there, dealing with one of 10 people that we basically needed and wanted to interview. The first time we actually traveled out there for this whole Nike campaign dealt with a photographer by the name of Steve Sweatpants, which, you know, his work is also remarkable, so shout out to him. But yeah, back to Black Soap, his work in itself is also fairly remarkable. I really enjoy his black and whites. I really enjoy his storytelling. He is from New York, and you know, dealing with his interview, he talked about family and also what it's like to actually be shooting during this whole pandemic. Once again, I'm not trying to totally ruin the experience of you guys, you know, watching his interview, but yeah, he talked about family and also, you know, just overall the passion of just shooting the streets, you know. And as ironic as it may sound, I don't shoot a lot of black and whites, but really do enjoy, out of all his works that he do, I love his black and whites dealing with the streets. So, but yeah, definitely check out Black Soap. Something that was so awesome dealing with this whole Nike campaign for the people that were being interviewed, basically we got different fits for each video. So every time we're, you know, shooting a different person, like the different person was being, you know, interviewed. And, you know, they gave us, Nike basically gave us fits so we can actually give to the people that were being interviewed. And it was 2 to 3 outfits a person, you know, every time we shot the video. So, I mean, as you guys had seen within the videos, everybody, all 10, everybody was basically wearing different type of fits, and all the fits obviously had to be Nike since, you know, it was a Nike campaign. But yeah, when we got the Nike fits, we would give it to the people that were being interviewed. And if the people that were being interviewed, if they wanted to keep the fits for themselves, you know, the shoes, the pants, the tops, you feel me? Mind you, it was 2 to 3 fits at a cost of, you know, in the hundreds, you feel me? So they got to keep those fits for themselves, and that in itself was fairly awesome. It was very cool, and I was happy that they were actually able to actually do that. Overall, this Nike campaign was very much so important to me. Very huge project, you know, something as huge as this. I actually never actually worked on anything as big as I did, such as this campaign project that we did. And, you know, overall the team that I had, you know, dealing with the photographer, Lewis, Jerome being the social media coordinator, and also the art director himself, Chris, we all, and me being the videographer, we all, you know, came together and fully make this whole project work. And, you know, just the other day, we actually just dropped the last interview, which was of Armani White. So couldn't be any happier about the outcome of this whole Nike campaign. And, you know, it's just really good that I have this as a videographer in my portfolio in itself. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys, you know, take a look at these interviews dealing with all of these creatives, musicians, you know, people dealing with fitness. Take a look at all of these that have great stories to actually tell dealing with their personal lives, which, you know, was very important. And, you know, it being, you know, 10 people of color at that was something that was very much so important, that, you know, we just give awareness on a huge platform dealing with Nike and also DTLR. Them having that huge platform for themselves, I was just happy for them, you feel me? And, you know, also happy that I was the person shooting the interviews, you feel me? But yeah, this is Vito. This is the last video. Well, I was gonna say Merry Christmas, but Happy New Year's to you guys, and hope you guys get a chance, you know, do get a chance to just take the time out of y'all day to just watch, you know, if not all 10, you know, at least watch a couple, you feel me? At least watch a couple. But yeah, this is Vito signing off.